Well, if you have to look at a final of any major sport, if it is India and Australia, it is most likely it is the Aussies who will come out as the victors because the just concluded Sultan of Johor Cup hockey has witnessed an absolute thriller. India versus Australia played out a great game, but in the end, it was the Aussies who managed to break the jinx and ensure that they won the Sultan of Johor Cup. After three straight losses in the final, they have now managed to win it for the third time. And India, unfortunately, they will be ruining certain missed chances that they had. I mean, especially in the fourth quarter, seven straight penalty corners they missed. And because of that, India and Australia both made a very spirited start. Remember, it was in the round robin stage, Australia had beaten India 4-2. Here, they were made to work even harder by the Indian defense, who actually, to their credit, pulled up pretty well. Now, how did it all start? Ian Grobbelaar. Now, Ian Grobbelaar is one of the more upcoming promising players in the Kookaburras lineup, and he managed to get Australia on the board first up in the first quarter. He was one of the leading goal scorers for Australia in this particular tournament, and he put Australia ahead in the first quarter. But then in the second quarter, it was Anmol Eka who managed to pull out the equalizer. And from that time, India and Australia managed to ensure that they got certain defenses. The circle penetrations were equal. Australia, on the other hand, in the third quarter had about four penalty corners, but they missed that as well. Then in the fourth quarter, the turning point came up with just about 2 minutes to go. Australia had managed to get a penalty corner, and after several unsuccessful attempts, in the fourth attempt, they managed to get with Ian Grobbelaar scoring yet another goal and making it 2-1. But from the 1.5 minute mark until 30 seconds were remaining, it was the Indians who tried to apply pressure. Seven straight penalty corners, but unfortunately, it was not meant to be. And that is why India will feel that after such a wonderful run in the Sultan of Johor, wherein they managed to get some victories, they were undefeated. They also managed to beat Great Britain also. But unfortunately, against Australia, they came up short not just in the round robin game, but also in the final as well. And it continues. India, as you may say, if you look at it in the junior domestic setup, they had actually done pretty well. Asia, they are one of the best teams in the world. Let's make no mistake about it. When you look at the Asian teams, Malaysia, Japan, South Korea, and all, they are the best in the business. But unfortunately, when you have to look at against Australia and the European nations, they do come up short. Now, India versus Australia, it will happen even in the Junior Hockey World Cup that will take place in Chennai as well. But this is just a precursor. Sultan of Johor, remember, the most number of titles that has been won is by Great Britain. But today, Great Britain managed to finish in third position after a hard fought 3-2 win against Pakistan as well. So Pakistan have been denied a big win at this point when you look at it. Now, as far as the situation is concerned, when you have to look at the Sultan of Johor Cup, I'll just read to you when Australia has managed to win. So, for example, ever since 2011, Malaysia were the first team. The hosts themselves won the first edition of the Sultan of Johor by beating Australia. Then Germany beat India 3-2 in 2012. 2013, India got to their first title by beating Malaysia as well. Then India beat Great Britain 2-1 in 2014. So they won back-to-back tournaments in 13 and 14. Then Great Britain in 15. Australia won in 2016. Australia won in 2017 as well. So they also did the back-to-back. Great Britain also did the back-to-back in 2018 and 19. And in 2022, India beat Australia in the penalty shootout 5-4. Then Germany beat Australia in the penalty shootouts 3-1, and Great Britain beat Australia 3-2. So three consecutive finals from 22 to 24, Australia were losing. And that is why now, finally, 4 years under the stewardship of Jay Stacey, who was one of the best Australian players in his era, they have managed to get a brilliant result, and that's why Dev Pratap Singh Chauhan is saying, why India bottle against Australia even in hockey? Well, Dev Pratap, it's just the mentality that's there. India had seven straight penalty corners. Each and every time Australia's defense did not buckle under the pressure, and that's why when you look at it, yes, India may have won more Olympic medals than Australia, but the Kookaburras are a completely different unit when you have to look at their all-round performance. I mean, they won the most FIH Pro Leagues. They, along with Netherlands, they have won the Champions Trophy a lot of times. They have won the Sultan Azlan Shah a lot of times. They have never lost in the Commonwealth Games. Imagine, Oceania Cup they have never lost. You look at the World Cup, they have now gotten three wins there. Look at every other title that they have won. Australia won almost every title that exists in hockey, be it the FIH World League, be it all the other leagues that existed. They have won every single thing, and that is why Australia are one of the best teams in the world when you look at hockey. The only other teams that are better than Australia are the Netherlands and Belgium. So that's why in 2026, when you look at their World Cup preparations, it's not going to be easy for them. So yes, India face an uphill task. The juniors have put on a good show at the Sultan of Johor Cup, but it's a missed opportunity for them. They should have converted their penalty corners. When they had the chance, they did take some very good referrals, and that is why it is a missed opportunity for India. So in the Sultan of Johor Cup, India have lost 2-1 to Australia. Let's see now in the Junior Hockey World Cup in December how things pan out for them, and that's why India will be very, very disappointed with this result. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live update. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.